way of defeat.
I don't know why you play cards with your mother. It just makes you crazy.
You're absolutely right, Blanche. This has gone on far too long. Mom, I am not playing gin with you anymore.
You'll be back. You know why? You're too competitive. It's always been your worst feature. Actually, your ears...
You were asleep.
You never know. You girls shouldn't sit out here in the sun.
Blanche, we've been so worried about you.
I know.
Oh, I'm so glad you're out.
I'm sorry if I worried you.
Oh, sweetheart, how are you?
I'm okay.
Bien?
No, it's just that sometimes rich people think more about money than they do about people.
Well, Richard's nothing like that, and I don't think he ever could be. He is simply the sweetest, kindest, most handsome man I've ever met. Only I do have a small problem with his money.
Why? You don't think you'll live long? A simple phone conversation with that yellow-bellied sleazeball. Hello? Stan? Dorothy. Dorothy Zbornak. The one who gave you the best years of her thighs? Yes, I'm fine. Yeah, it happened.
Oh, don't do that.
What are you doing?
Just want to be by myself for a while.
It's time to throw rice at the kids.
I don't think I can go back out there.
You're acting like a...
No.
I can still manage the alimony payments.
No, that was not my question. I was wondering if possibly we could discuss this maybe tomorrow. You see, I have plans to go out this
Dorothy,
evening.
please. I'm afraid to be alone tonight. My world is crumbling around me. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what I might do.
Oh, I do. You'll watch an old Barnaby Jones, eat a half gallon. Any more of this?
Hi. Wrong button. That's fast forward.
Oh, my. What are they doing?
I know what they're doing, but I never saw anybody do it at that speed.
It reminds me of my Uncle Ricky's rabbit phone.
Piece of tape. Name another one.
Honey, take a cold shower.
Oh, Dorothy, would you please open this jar of macadamia nuts for me?
You can't get it open?
Understand little.
Rest, I worked, I slept. For fun, I ate onion sandwiches. Then, one day, my daughter sat me down. She said, Mom would hate what you're doing. She would say, Arnie, who are you saving yourself for? I'm dead. And I'm not in heaven if I have to worry about you.
Directions on it?
Oh, honey, we've made these Sundays hundreds of times. We don't need directions.
No, I mean directions for the wedding. I promised to get the cake there by 8 o'clock.
Do you believe her? I mean, she doesn't stop for a minute.
I don't agree with it, but I do understand the thinking behind it. My granddaddy was the same way. He always said, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Oh, now, that's fine by me. I like to sit.
We know it's your second favorite position.
I don't mean sitting. I mean babysitting. Right here for the participants' children on the day of the race.
Babysitting? Rose, I don't like other people's children in my house. I didn't even like my own children in my house. What'd she do, play the piano?
She plays the piano. You just wait till you see this. Okay, honey, come on, it's showtime. Yeah, come on, sweetheart. Oh, I know. Here we go. Okay, count.
Get some help, Rose.
Blanche, that outfit sure is risque.
Thank you. Would you just check my clasp for me? Now, all I need are those earrings you borrowed from me last week.
Blanche, I put those earrings back in your room.
Oh, no, Rose, not again.
I know I didn't lose them,
Oh,
Blanche.
Rose, that lighthearted laughter, that devil-may-care attitude.
Sophia, when was Dorothy ever like that?
Never. I've been asking her these questions since she's 12.
Dorothy, you can't help it if you're dull and boring. God did that to give the world some variety. Otherwise, everybody'd be just like me. Oh, I hope he's going to be all right. Oh, Dorothy, that was so sweet of you. Telling him he could come live with us.
I meant it.
It's gonna be awfully quiet around here without him.
I'll say, no more listening to Dorothy snore.
Ma, I do not.
That she just got up on the wrong side of a cold, lonely, empty bed.
A good-looking lady like her sleeps alone? I'm shocked.
You're letting a man with taste like that remodel our garage?
What kills me is he's got us over a barrel.
I remember the actresses. Pick up an Inquirer sometime, you learned something.
Oh, I am exhausted. I have spent this entire day bed shopping.
Have you no shame? Bed hopping nowadays is sexually irresponsible.
Not bed hopping, Ma, bed shopping.
Yeah, right.
What's happening? They are resorting to cheap tricks because they know we're better than they are. Now, honey, all we have to do to win is just stay cool, calm, and collected.
Right. Oh, did you find a ball that's comfortable, Ma?
What did you call her?
Ma.
A nectarine.
That's so sad.
Not sad. Life. Sad is when you have to mash the nectarine with a fork.
It's a shame. Sophia has nothing constructive to do anymore. She needs something to make her feel.
And suddenly she'll turn to me and say, "Why are you staring at me? I've been wanting to pick my nose for the past half hour."
Well, Dorothy, I live by one simple rule. Share your love with people today, because they may be gone. Didn't give me Dr. Myron Rosenzweig will. Oh, that man is the Picasso of plastic surgeons.
Well, just be sure he doesn't attach one of them to your forehead.
Hello, what's shaking?
Blanche's breasts. That's why she's going to stepladder into this gigantic punch bowl.
So, what happened?
Nothing. He just swim to the side and hop out.
I mean, what happened between your parents told you that. I don't care if they are from the South.
Well, they didn't tell me in words, they told me in actions. Like on our birthdays. Now, when we were little, every year my sisters had huge parties with clowns and magicians and tons of presents.
No, and you didn't.
Well, not exactly. I mean, I did have parties, and I...
Hi, Ma. What you doing?
Having a toga party.
Never mind. I'll talk to you when you're not busy.
I'm not busy, but do what you have to.
Do you realize what would happen if there were no swamps?
New Jersey wouldn't have a state smell.
I'm just in over my head. I mean, what with the banquet, press releases, petitions to be signed? Ma, what am I going to do?
I'll help.
Oh, Blanche, that's sweet, but honey, aren't your hands tied with all the...
Oh, just one of the Donaldson boys trying to sell us a newspaper subscription again.
Oh, those Donaldson kids won't take no for an answer.
Neither would their father at our 4th of July barbecue.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Are you absolutely sure the Board of Health threatens us?
I can't do it.
Forget the Bahamas. How about dinner?
Dorothy, listen.
What?
I have to tell you something.
What?
Mr. Yamamoto from the school district. Whoa. I'm so sorry. I thought you were the man Dorothy's having the affair with. I mean, the man Dorothy said he's always so fair with her. Of course, I would expect you to be fair and polite.
Falling in love. I haven't felt this way since your father. But Tony looks at me as a friend, as a companion.
Honey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I'm picturing him naked and I'm not laughing.
If you want my advice, I think you should sleep with him.
done.
That is not.
You're in a good mood, Rose. Is someone expecting her special visitor tonight?
Oh, don't be silly, Blanche. I haven't had my special visitor in years.
Hey, neither have I. It's amazing how when you live with women, you get on the same cycle.
I might not.
Rose, honey. You know you were not responsible for Al's death, so why don't you just go on, have a good time, and whatever happens, happens.
I know Al had bad arteries, but still, I can't be totally sure.
Come on now, Rose, you do what makes you comfortable and don't worry.
Anyway, I'm glad I got back before Kirsten and Charlie got here.
Who's Charlie?
Rose's granddaughter.
That's a girl's name, Charlie? That's a bookie's name.
Honey, she's named after Rose's husband.
Rose's husband was a bookie?
He sold insurance.
An even bigger racket.
Mrs. Petrillo, you're under arrest.
Well, all's well that ends well.
What?
It's the title of a Shakespeare play.
Well, Rose, nothing is well and nothing has ended.
Can you get those, honey?
Sure, Mom.
Thank you for inviting us to stay with you.
Oh, thank you for these lovely gifts. What are you going to do with yours?
It's a log. I'm going to burn it.
My bullhorn. Oh, this is the only thing I have left from my one day as a mountain rangerette. Hey, you! Get out of the pass! This is avalanche country.
What about this? You still want this old camera?
Where did you find that? That was Charlie's camera. And it's...
Wonderful news. The contractor says he can start building the hot tub tomorrow.
Oh, this is so exciting. So, Blanche, you must be paying extra to get a building permit that quickly.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. The damn government isn't going to see 1 red cent of my money.
But, Blanche...
So I hope you won't be upset if I'm not home for dinner tonight. Or tomorrow night.
Oh, Lucy!
Oh, please, Aunt Blanche. He wants me to fly to the Bahamas with him.
The Bahamas? Well, I suppose you do have to celebrate. Doing so well this afternoon and everything, so what the heck, go on.
Oh, thank you. I knew you'd understand. I'll see y'all later.
Shot the both of them. A week later, we became Lutherans.
Rose, that isn't a teenage rebellion story. That is a changing religion story. That is a big who cows story. That is a why in the hell tell in the first place story.
Blanche,
Well,
Blanche,
I'm sorry, but it's just that I actually went through a very rebellious stage as a teenager. I know how difficult it can be.
Well, what did you do that was so rebellious?
When I was 15, I dropped out of school for a month to become a magician's assistant. When I was 16...
You can't afford all that stuff on a vice cop salary. Who knew, huh?
Aunt Blanche, I'm a grown woman. I can live my life any way I want to.
Oh, I know that. I just don't think this is the way you really want to live it.
Is it my fault men find me attractive?
No, honey, what they find you...
Blanche!
Dorothy!
Go, Dorothy, go!
Dorothy, would you please check my list and see if I forgot to invite anybody to my Moonlight Madness party?
Sure. The women.
Pardon me?
The women. You invited 12 men and no women.
Now, Dorothy, I know what you're thinking, but Rose and Sophia are coming. You'll have somebody to talk to. Where's my heating pad?
How should I know?
Well, if this isn't it, I'd like to know what other electrical appliance you're using under that blanket.
Blanche, you can't have it. I need it. My chest is...
Needs something to do with my life. I never think of myself as old, but everyone else does. Maybe I am old and useless, and terrified. Dorothy, did you have...
How could I? I mean, it always seemed to happen before I was in the room.
Look what we've eaten.
Oh, and I can't sleep on a full stomach.
Would you look at what time it is?
But I can't. Every morning when I wake up, it's still there. And that terrifies me. Rose, I do need your help. That's why I came to Miami, to ask you to come home with me. Oh, Rose, please come home with me.
Walking by that sausage case back there really brought back a lot of memories.
Sausage opens a floodgate for many of us, Rose. What's this, Blanche?
Smoked oysters.
Oh, come on now. I know we said...
Understood and gave him the finger back. Why don't you go back and try to get some more sleep?
I haven't been to sleep. I'm too upset.
What's wrong?
I won't be seeing Jeffrey anymore. He's leaving town.
I knew it. The minute I heard you were dating a sailor, I said to myself,
Ma, Phil is not gay.
You mean you're gay? What, your friend Gina's having some sort of membership drive?
Ma.
Dorothy, I know you don't get many dates, but stick with what you know. At your age, it's very hard to break into something new.
oh, I see your point. Well, what about this? Miami is nice, so I'll say it thrice.
Right, who the hell says thrice?
It's a word.
So is interuterine.
Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen. Does Dorothy get the job or not?
Oh, sure, I don't care.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Allen. I hope I can live up to your expectations. I'm not falling for those big, sad eyes and floppy ears and wet nose. The last time I did it ended in divorce. And Stan couldn't even catch a Frisbee in his teeth. Oh, listen. Honey, it's not a personal thing. Now, I don't hate you. As a matter...
September.
Yep.
I'm surprised you were able to walk in October.
Just think, girls, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
I looked down. There was a midget. It turns out that his name was Pee-wee Bonbonzi. And he was fleeing from the mob. Well, for the next few days, we ate together, laughed together, and went for short walks in circles.
Right here on this stage. Pardon me? Oh. I'm sorry, that was just an ad lib.
Blanche Devereaux?
Just a moment.
And at the information desk was this huge train schedule. And next to every departure, it said Destination Heaven. My first thought was, gee, what a great title for a movie. My second thought was, damn, I'm dead. Footsie in here. Charlie never wanted
Rose, Frank and Dorothy might want to play footsie.
Oh. Oh.
How do I look?
Beautiful.
Go back and change. Oh, honey, that outfit might be all right for a gay funeral in New Orleans, but it's...
Same way about me, and I can't tell you how flattering that is. I mean, at this stage of a woman's life, to have someone instantly feel that spark for her is a dream come true. All right, maybe in the dream he wouldn't be a priest. But that doesn't make it any the less flattering.
Career.
Rose, you've got to put this in perspective. Count Bessie was a chicken. It's not as if Angela had fried up Doc Severinsen.
How you doing, Rose?
Not very good, Dorothy.
Oh, honey, now listen. You may not think so now, but in a few days you'll feel better. You found an apartment?
Yeah, I went down to the Senior Citizen Center this morning for the early bird special. You know, decaf coffee, sodium-free bacon, and a chest x-ray. On the bulletin board, I saw some advertisements for roommates. So I picked out a few places, and I found one I liked.
But isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, my new roommate will be here. Oh, how you gonna do it? Force me to eat your baked ziti?
Take that back.
I will not.
May the hair on your lip grow in the opposite direction and get tangled in the hair coming down from your nose.
May you take a diuretic and not be able to get your pantyhose off.
Hey, what's going on? Are you saying you're upset because the reunion went great and your sorority sisters look wonderful?
Well, of course not, Rose. That would be childish. I am upset because I was not the center of attention and nobody said I was the prettiest.
Oh, come on now, Blanche. I mean, what difference does it make?
Oh, Dorothy, you could...
That's Sophia walking into the kitchen.
I didn't know Fess Parker was in this picture.
Ma, what are you doing?
I'm mugging for the camera.
You're mugging me. You're stealing money out of my pocket.
I'm checking to see if you have the exact change for the bus. Now I'm stealing.
Blanche, I have looked all over the house. I cannot find your earrings. But I found the Julio Iglesias tickets. Boy, we had great seats. Blanche, I feel just awful about this.
Just forget about it, Rose. I never intended...
That's not what I was going to ask you, but you answered my question anyway.
Why? I don't understand.
I was going to ask you to marry me.
You can do that by yourself.
I'm aware of that, Rose. Stan didn't want to get old. No, I'd like someone to sit on the porch with, hold hands, listen to the birds, watch the grass grow.
Blanche, what kind of man are you looking for?
Blanche, aren't you even going to try to sleep?
I'm too upset. Oh, Dorothy, let's face it. I'm not 16 anymore. There's no longer a line of beaux out on the front porch waiting to ask Daddy if they can walk me to town. No more cotillions, no more sorority parties. I just lost the...
Excuse me, Crystal Carrington.
Blanche is going to be surprised. It's lucky I accidentally found out today's her birthday. Blanche, what's wrong?
Nothing. I just want to go soak in a hot bath and forget all about today.
Oh, okay.
No. Like a bank, a department store?
Ocean Mist Retirement Hotel, Sundays noon to 1.
Ocean Mist, you know Molly Feinberg?
I don't think so. Wait a minute, you mean Molly Feinbaum?
I'm wrong. Ocean View, not Ocean Mist.
Feinstein, that's it. Gray hair, glasses.
Or is it Ocean Spray?
It isn't going to get any better. He's only going to get worse.
So that's when the salesman from Men's Sportswear walks clear across the
knob so that we could buy Pop a television for his birthday.
Then it's settled. You buy us one, we'll buy you one.
It's a deal.
Sure. Then your father can go watch the Friday night fights with your yutz of a husband. You can come over here and watch Person to Person with me. And maybe once a week the whole family can come over and watch that new...
I will never forget the look on your face when Dorothy and I tangoed onto the floor.
And I will never forget the look on your faces when you were disqualified and I won the $1,000.
And it was so sporting of you to share your... Cleaning the kitchen. This is Marguerite's job.
Dorothy, I know exactly what you're going to say, but I talked to Marguerite on the phone, and this time she has a really good excuse for being late.
Oh, fine. What is it?
She had to go pluck a hair from the chin of a dwarf. It was my high school graduation. I was valedictorian.
You were valedictorian?
Yes. I was 4th out of 19 graduating seniors. Anyway.
Wait a minute. Rose, if you were 4th, how were you chosen valedictorian?
You think maybe you could hold on to something else for a while, honey?
Oh, of course, honey. I'm sorry.
Meant like the armrest.
Look, girls, I found this big bolt in the aisle. What do you think?
Trust me, Rose. Drink it. Slowly. That's right. Down the hatch. We call this Sicilian Sominex. Now, you might feel a slight tingling, but believe me, you'll sleep like a baby.
That's when Stan did his walrus imitation with the straws up his nose.
Sure have come a long way since then.
Yeah. Now Stan uses breadsticks.
I had quite a crush on you.
You did?
Sure did. And that's why I'm glad we're here together tonight. I know it may...
Rose, don't worry. I finally found something to put you to sleep.
She's asleep already, Sophia.
What? After I spent all day making her the Sicilian sleeping potion?
Oh, Ma, come on.
Hey, this saved my Uncle Giuseppe's life. One swig and he slept through the Allied invasion.
Difficult to hear, but you're probably right.
I knew you were a quack. If you were a legitimate shrink, you would have strung us along for months.
Rebecca, Jeremy, is there something you all would like to tell me?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Please, Becky, let me do it. Blanche, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. I'd take the rest of her, but I've got a bad back.
Yes. Murray Gutman?
Oh, maybe we can get him to turn his jacket inside out. I'm sure the lining isn't as loud.
His tuxedo has nothing to do with it.
I don't understand.
He can't come to the club.
Why not?
Gutman.
What are you talking about?
Gutman. He's Jewish, isn't he? Wire between your legs feels like.
Gotcha.
Dorothy, how did this start? Cole Porter?
Gershwin.
Thank God I came in time.
This thing, they renewed their marriage vows. You two should do that. You've got a priest right here. It'd be perfect. It's sweet, it's romantic, it's spontaneous. It's the dumbest idea I've ever had.
I think it's a great idea.
What?
And what, Blanche? Dog years?
I'm Blanche. I'm Dorothy's roommate. Would you get the door?
Dorothy's told me a great deal about you.
Well, she seems to have left out living with these two pigs. At first, moving in with them seemed like a good way to save money, but it's just getting out of hand. If one isn't keeping me awake all night with her squealing, the other one is belching in my face.
Not half as disappointed as I am. I admit at times your stories about being a big shot gangster seemed colorful to me. But I figured you weren't that guy anymore. And if you are, you're not for me.
Wish you'd have told me that before. I'll lose you. That's why I made up those stories about the bank robbery. $45,000 was my life savings. I thought with that money I could treat you like you ought to be treated. Like a queen.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either.
No one can replace Mr. Terrific. You can just say goodbye to Mr. Policeman.
It's Thursday. I thought he was supposed to be Mr. Mailman.
All right, what do we do now?
Listen. Your star is just a phone call away. Give me the word and Mr. Terrific will be back on the air.
Well, wait a minute. I think I've got a...
Things out.
But there's still time.
I think my time has passed, bro. 22 years I've been Mr. Terrific. 22 years. I was doing weekend weather forecast when I turned an old blanket into a cape and created Mr. Terrific. Kolak the puppet.
Bye, Charlie. Thanks for calling.
Now can we go eat?
No, I haven't heard from Michael yet.
Fine. Wait for your phone call. My blood sugar will drop and I'll have a stroke. This corsage will...
Front lawn and singing songs and dressing up in bed sheets. Of course, coming from Chattanooga, he wasn't familiar with the custom. He had a heart attack. He spent most of the summer in intensive care.
When she gets off the phone, we're going for lunch. I'm tired of listening to these lousy Mother's Day stories.
Sophia, don't you have a Mother's Day story?
I said I was tired of listening to lousy Mother's Day stories. I wouldn't mind telling a good one. Picture it, Brooklyn, 1957. The second Sunday in May. Dorothy had gone to pick up my mother, and I was getting the house ready.
With this question right, you have a D minus. Rose, you're a high school graduate.
Oh, Sophia, I'm a high school graduate.
Congratulations, now you can get any job involving a cardboard hat.
I'm leaving. I'm not about to mourn a man who's been with every woman in this room.
He was never with me.
I guess even he had his standards.
Hold it. Stay where you are. Father, if you don't mind my saying so, I think you lost control of the room.
Ma, I am taking you to the hospital.
No.
Why not? What, are you trying to tell me that possibly there is nothing wrong with you?
No, I feel better just lying here. The ride in the car could only make me feel worse.
Yep, she's right, Dorothy. Sometimes just lying motionless is the...
Dorothy? Dorothy?
Oh, good. I think she's waking up.
Oh, honey, come on, sweetheart.
Here, darling.
Are you all right?
Oh.
Here.
Oh, I'm fine, Rose. Oh, that was strange. I've never fainted before.
Me neither. What does it feel like after you...
I love you, pussycat.
This is more moving than Susan Hayward's climactic speech, and I want to live.
You're ready to flop of that jacket, and before you walk out of here with it, why, there's something that I want to say to you.
What?
The zipper sticks a little.
Pardon me, excuse me, sir. Would it be possible for me to try that jacket on just for a minute?
No time, ma'am. Michael has to get to the concert.
Look, Pines Retirement Home. Except here, the lights and the exit sign work.
What's our plan, Dorothy?
What is this, Mission Impossible? Do I look like Peter Graves?
You could if you'd put a rinse in your hair and wear a lighter shade of lipstick like I beg...
Here, I'll tell you what our plan is. Now, there's $10,000.
Brother, can you spare a dime?
Ida, I know it's rough by yourself. I count my blessings that I have my Dorothy to look after me. But you can't do work. Hey, why are you wearing makeup? So your mother won't be embarrassed?
Honey, he won't pay any attention to you no matter what you do.
Oh, yeah? For a moment here. You never saw a Frank Capra film? I'm taking over. Wish me luck.
Ma, you don't know anything about football.
Please, what's to know? You hit a guy, you grab the pigskin, you run like crazy. It's like shopping in Sicily. The high winds tipped him over, and Marco used him as a speed bump.
Sophia, if it wasn't Marco's fault...
It doesn't have to be his fault. It's a vendetta, not the people's court. Anyway, there's only one Venuccio alive today. Sonny.
Have a ball. Of course, the only problem was that our town theater was designed for silent movies.
They never put in a sound system?
No. Luckily, our school teacher, Miss Sigerson, was an expert lip reader. She'd do all the dialogue. Although there were some problems sometimes. Through most of Citizen Kane...
Always puts me in a romantic mood. Dorothy, did you ever make love on top of a mountain?
No, the closest I ever came was making love on top of a fat guy called Old Smoky. Let's check in.
But now I'm thinking maybe it's a bad idea.
No, don't be nervous. Don't you see this was meant to happen? Well, I'm here to help you. I can tell you everything George said to me.
Well, I don't know if that will work.
Sure it will. Oh, come on now. We may be from different generations, but some things never change. Love is love, period.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
The three of us were getting ready to go away on that Valentine's Day cruise with our steadies.
Oh, I remember that. And we were picking up some last-minute odds and ends at the drugstore.
Okay, we have a suntan lotion, chapstick, and half a dozen cheap tawdry romance novels.
Well, then we're all set. We have everything we need for the...
Our life.
But it did turn out to be a lovely Valentine's cruise.
Well, it did not. We never even had to use those condoms.
You didn't? I used every one of mine. Late at night, I filled them with water and threw them at the people in the limbo line.
Ma, all I want us to do is go away together, just the two of us. Ma, we'll go anywhere you want to go.
Great, I want to go to Disney World.
Then that's where we're going.
Oh? All of a sudden you're going to take me after I've been asking for years?
That's right.
Leave your shoe sizes. Let me know whether you want your moccasins in brown or black.
Good old synergism.
You have no idea what it means, do you?
Not a clue.
Synergism is the powerful energy that is generated by two people engaged in the same activity. Up till now, I had no idea it could occur outside of Howard Johnson's motor lawn.
Oh, pussycat, you better get some sleep. The big fight's tomorrow.
Words that have echoed from mother to daughter since time began.
Okay, so I don't turn a phrase like Harriet Nelson. You still better get some sleep.
I can't, Ma. I'm too nervous.
About the money?
No, Ma.
I need you to put up the money for the entrance fee for the fight.
Entrance fee? Oh, yeah, right. Didn't I mention that? No problem. It comes out of Rose's share.
And what about the Spanish? Why did you pretend to only know Spanish?
Part of the image. Cuban boxers are supposed to know their right from their left, not much else.
And you think that we are that narrow-minded and...
Bring in a pine log, check a bull for a hernia?
I guess the really rough part is getting him to turn his head and cough.
Come on, Rose, pick a category we can compete in.
All right, what about that dance marathon? Whose butt got whooped that night?
How did you know that? What I can't understand is how in the world she managed to wait 15 years.
How long did you wait after George died?
Till the paramedics came.
What about you, Dorothy?
And get us out of here.
Where are your roommates, Mrs. Petrillo?
They're not here.
Ma!
Don't ma me, you cheap floozy.
Ma, you would do this to your own flesh and blood.
You'll get over it, Dorothy. And if you don't, who cares? I'm on my way to see Bright Red on his...
Which one's a slut? Rose, it is not here.
Look again, it has to be.
Rose, I have read every want ad in the paper. Mine is not here. Are you sure you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Dorothy, you...
$8.
Dorothy, you owe me an apology. Your ad's right here.
Oh, Rose, this is the personals column.
So what?
So what? You put an ad in the personals column that said I will do anything for $8 an hour? Oh, look, it's right under an ad that reads, history professor seeking non-smoking Oriental woman who was into Wesson oil and bears a resemblance to Florence Henderson.
Is that signed Doug?
Yes.
I know him. He's a sick man.
I'm terribly sorry for this mix-up. Goodbye.
What they did then was, since the grave was still open, and everybody was right there, and Gustav and Bergstrom had been partners, so they put Bergstrom in with Gustav and had a double burial. Unfortunately, later they
Sick and crazy. And to know what I have and that there are a lot of other people who have the same thing.
I don't like the name. I think it ought to have a better name.
Well, that's what Dr. Chang said. Chronic fatigue syndrome makes it sound like I'm just a tired person when it is so much more than that.
Mama, you're acting silly. Sperm can't live outside the human body.
Does your mother know you're doing this for a living?
You know, I'm not so sure sperm can't live outside the body. Back during World War...
Dorothy, I really need for you to understand this. I've been thinking a lot lately. I think we're in this for the long haul. Dorothy, I think this is going to be a very serious relationship.
Us at the rally.
Oh, no, Rose.
Oh, yeah, Doc? Oh, do. Oh, get out of yourself. It's for a noble cause. Or are you so self-centered that you'd rather wallow in self-pity?
You're right. I'll do it.
Oh, good. Rose, Dorothy's taking my place.
I thought I'd give you a hand with the dessert. What's wrong, Rose?
It's not a team, Rose. It's a composer. Couldn't you pretend it was a team and make him look stupid?
Honey, I'm sorry.
I'm not going back out there. He'll never miss me.
Well, of course he'll miss you, Rose. You're the one he came to see.
But he can talk to you. Why should he care about what I'd have to say? I'm just not smart enough to keep up.
Oh, now, Rose, that is not true.
It is, and you know it. I've never felt...
Fine, I will tell her. Bye-bye.
Hi, Rose.
Rose, Miles called again. He wants you to meet him out. I will be holding the baby next to my bosom. What a magnificent picture. God, I wish that thing didn't look so sickly.
I don't care if you're paying for dinner. What you want to do is crazy.
It's time to go, Sophia.
Boom.
Is that where that comes from?
Well, I better be on my way. It's my day to get groceries. Oh, God, I hate going to the supermarket.
Well, Rose, if you'd stop playing Express Line Detective, people would stop yelling at you.
Oh, I see. So when you're standing in line reading...
Actually, he's just legally blind. It's Mr. Pagnoli. He's good looking, he's a lot of laughs, and he can't see his own hand in front of his face. He's happy just as long as I brush my teeth.
Sophia, if you needed a ride, we'd be happy to give you a lift.
You want to make me happy? Get rid of the...
Many. But it just wasn't there. And then you happened, and it was as if George had just stepped right back into my life again. I just don't want to feel that incomplete. To feel like a lady again.
Mrs. Sensitive.
You know, being here reminds me of my favorite Christmas back in 1951, which I spent at the USO, making a better Christmas for our boys getting ready to leave for Korea.
Look, everybody named after an apostle, come with me. Excuse me, there was no Eddie.
Have you guys ever heard of Totally Hidden Video? Well, underneath this gray wig is comedian Kay Ballard. Thanks for being on our show. Adios, everybody wave goodbye. I'm off to Brooklyn.
Honey, what are you doing?
I'm going back to the old neighborhood. The doctor said it would help if I stirred up some memories.
Ma, you can't go back there alone.
No kidding. I'm 83. I walk to the driveway. It's a coin toss whether I get back. You're coming with me.
I feel sorry for you?
That'd be a start.
Nah, the Sophia I know is a survivor. That's why we got married. You beat out a lot of other women.
Oh, yeah, there was a hell of a long line waiting to get to you, Sal. What's the name of that girl with the warts?
You see? Some things you do remember.
All I need to know. Oh, now look, if you need a little bit more time, why don't I go to Europe, do what I have to do, and then I'll come back for you?
That's exactly what you told me 40 years ago. You never came back.
Yeah, but you got married. I figure we both made mistakes. We're even.
I don't think I made a mistake.
And how did Mrs. Doolittle's hair get singed? Did it herself? I think not.
I had very bad fight with my sister once.
Oh, really? Tell us about it.
I turned her over to secret police.
And
what?
First, road at hell, I had a stamp made. Oh, I guess I've just been a fool. Blanche, we're an awful lot alike. Too much alike. It's probably why we never got along. That also might be the reason.
Oh, remind me before you leave. I went back to the bakery and got your mother some anise cookies.
You don't have to try so hard. You know, to be honest, I still can't believe how much my mother liked you.
Yeah, I liked her too. One thing puzzled me, though. When
Today, cash, of course.
Dorothy, I need a fresh eye. Does this look any good to you?
It's great.
You didn't even look at it. I bet you can't even tell me what it is.
Well, of course I can, Rose. It's... What the hell is it, Rose?
Move, they could have filleted themselves.
I hate you.
Rose, what in hell are you doing? It is 2 a.m.
Well, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to get up and make a batch of Sparehooven Krispies.
I'm telling him off.
I'm telling him off. Well, it's not really fair, because I can hear you.
Dorothy, am I showing too much cleavage?
Yes.
Then I'm ready for him, too.
A hospital.
You mean I'm alive?
Very much so.
Then what am I doing in here?
That's what I was asking. Tell you what, ma'am. I'll call patient care. They'll send somebody. Well, this is our floor. Good luck.
By the way, I'll be thinking of you. Guys like you make it safe for old ladies like me to walk the
Start by appearing out of nowhere would have been more than you could handle.
Well, shouldn't it be up to me to decide what I can and can't handle?
No, Rose. Not up to me either. It's up to the man who brought us together today.
The intern in the paper shoes?
No, Rose. The Lord Almighty. Oh.
There was a music box. I gave it to your family, and I just can't bear the thought of a stranger buying it. I'm afraid I'm in no position to bid for it myself, and I was hoping you could give it to me as a gift.
Let me get this right. I don't hear from you for years and years. And then out of the blue, I get a phone call.
These are letters he wrote me. They're personal. I wouldn't normally have another person read them, but they explain everything better than I ever could. I'm sorry, Blanche. I know this comes as a surprise.
Look, eminently aware, St. Sebastian's has a very big football game on Saturday.
Father, I would think that you, of all people, would have higher ideals.
The highest. What I'm trying to say to you, Dorothy, is I truly believe that he would want Kevin to play on Saturday.
Priest out of the house. You disgust me. I'm gonna go sit in my tea.
Ma, what are you doing?
I can't believe I have a daughter who...
Hi, Abby.
Oh, good. You're here. I've got to talk to you.
Me too, and I really want you to listen. What?
I'm sorry, I just can't get over how flabby this is.
Anyway, you know the station manager? Well, he called me today, and there is this rumor that you're not going to...
Excuse me, Abby. I'd like...
Yes.
Well, I'm almost ready to go.
Today? You're not going today?
Why didn't you tell us? Because every time I bring it up, one of you tries to talk me out of it.
We were just being selfish. We didn't want to lose you.
There's my ride.
Yep, it's a Granada full of...
Hi-ho, everybody. It's me, Sonny.
Oh, God.
Is Dorothy around?
She's out on the lanai.
I suppose you're wondering why a man like Sonny Bono.
Yeah. On the lanai.
Come on, Sophia, join us.
Yeah, Ma, you can't sit there waiting for a call forever.
Who's waiting for a call? Hello? Hello? That was him. I could hear him breathing.
I've known the hundreds of memories I have of just the two of us, eating ice cream on the stoop of our building, or going through the drawers at Grandma's house, or dressing up like the Bronte sisters. How those memories fill me with joy.
Why didn't she stop the dress thing?
He's been doing that all his life. That didn't start with me.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Are you worried that people will think it's your fault, Sophia?
Oh, it's not like having a war hero in the family.
Angela, was he a good husband?
Yeah.
So, as is tradition, I am ready to accept your various gifts and offerings. You may begin, Dorothy.
I appreciate your sense of ritual, Ma, but just so you know, I still have Shady Pines on the speed dial.
Moose?
And he's saying, yikes. Oh, here, honey, this is for you.
I'm afraid to open it. What if it's from Myra?
Oh, come on, Rose.
Well, what if it's got a deadly black spider in it that's gonna leap out and bite me the minute I open it?
Dorothy.
Okay. I thought you needed looking after during the day when I wasn't around, and I knew you wouldn't agree to come here as a guest.
So you're saying that this whole activities director thing was a put-up job?
Mostly his idea. Oh, Ma, I did it for your own good. Ma, what are you doing?
I'm recuperating.
You're watching cartoons.
That's what you wanted me to do at Cypress Grove. Besides, I like cartoons. Cartoons don't lie.
Ma, stop it. Is there something I can get you from the kitchen?
Tea would be fine. Tea doesn't...
Ma!
Please, pussycat, I'm on a roll.
I'm sorry, Sophia, but I'm not going to let your skepticism ruin my entire evening. Mel and I were meant to be together.
I wish I could say the same for your thighs.
Impressed.
I've settled here in Florida recently.
Oh.
Maybe you and your daughter could join me for an afternoon at the zoo one day soon?
My daughter and I would love that.
Well, I'll give you a call. Are you in the book?
Bold print.
Grand. Just grand.
You know, Blanche, this is like a perfect family. Well, almost perfect. Maybe someday there'll be room for...
Oh, screw them. What are they going to do? Phone?
Never know because of you. You took away my choices. How can I ever forgive you for that? You're out of control.
Oh, my God. Oh, Rose, honey, I'm sorry. Oh, what did I just do?
Yes.
Honey, we know dieting is hard. Ma won't come out of her room. She's miserable.
Just to keep me up to speed, Dorothy, it's this negligent arson rap and the prospect of her spending the rest of her waning years in jail thing, right?
No, it's the rose in the kitchen thing.
I just hate to see Sophia so unhappy. I wish that...
Ma, I have a feeling you're lying.
Be positive,
Okay,
Dorothy.
I'm positive you're lying.
This is terrible.
Trick move from your checkers by mail partner?
No, it's from the company Charlie worked for. They've gone bankrupt, and so is their...
Terrible. I mean, look, among the four of us, each of us conceived our children in a different way. I was totally unconscious. When I came to, there was Stan, carving a notch in his dashboard.
I never bought that unconscious story.
I swear, he must have slipped me something.
Apparently.
Those stories made me hungry.
They made me horny.
I tell you what, why don't we call the pizza guy?
See, we both win.
Well, it is my production, and as they say, the show must go on.
Ah, pussycat. It'll be like the old days. Come on. Just one more time.
Get a little drunk, and you land in jail.
The thing I remember that was so extraordinary is that one time Mark Saucon, this was in during the ill-fated spin-off Golden Palace, our boss, Mark Saucon, went every once a year had an anniversary with his wife, and I remember, and he would leave early. You know, that was his one night he would leave early. And so it was...
But Dorothy, you're the one who's been talking about aging with dignity.
Not for me, for her. I mean, look at her. The woman is hundreds of years old. She should be carbon dated.
But Dorothy, if the doctor
Look,
said...
I really...
Waited her prey. And what she didn't realize was the reason that Kendall went to her room. The reason Kendall ordered the champagne was to let her down easy. He'd already promised the job to me. And the reason he went to her room, rather than having her come to his, was that I was sharing his room.
Slut!
People at the club asked me to.
Well, Rose, why would you do such a cruel thing to me?
Well, Blanche, there could be two explanations. Either I was getting back at you for taking my earrings, or... Oh, who are we kidding? That's why I did put it in my mouth. Say, do they have Guggenflöckner?
Alan, please talk to me. You haven't answered my calls. You don't answer my letters. Alan, please. What can I say? What can I do to get you back?
Alan?
Nickname.
I'm gonna... Oh, I'm okay.
For one child, blinded your love for the other. But I think you did Dorothy wrong, and I think you must make it right.
We better get to the shelter.
What is this?
Oh, the entrance is blocked. We can't get out. We're gonna die.
All right, don't worry. I have a plan. They taught me how to deal with...
Here's the lady.
This is it. Grandview.
Wow, I've never been to the Deep South before. Well, let's go back.
Ma, I still cannot believe what you were doing on the interstate.
Out of his jug with the X's on it and wearing his Santa's beard and just screaming at the lawn jockey to do him a little dance. Rose, hold me.
Can I help you folks?
Well, excuse me, you don't really know me. My name is Blanche Devereaux. My family used to live here, and Rose Nyland, every man I know is watching this show. This live show about lesbian lovers of Miami.
Every man you know is watching? Hey, we could beat The Price is Right.
Rose. Wonderful.
Dorothy, you're 60 years old and breaking up fake rock and roll bands. I want you to think about that.
Ma, will you stop it? Thanks to me, Don can now perform his own songs. Do you know what that makes me?
Yoko Spornak?
Yeah, well, that's an ugly hat.
Rose, nobody's having a good time. It's supposed to be a party.
Well, maybe when Sophia makes her entrance, it'll perk things up.
Oh, everybody, here's Myrtle. Oh, Myrtle, thank goodness you got here. You're just the person we need.
Well, we're not insatiable like the Germans, if that's what you mean. But we do have compensating qualities.
Such as?
We're not the French. Bloody frogs. Terrible people.
Coming through.
Sophia, I think I found him, my moonlight romance.
Wait a minute. You're not gonna...
What a night. Doesn't it feel as though we just woke from a dream? You know, it really has been like Shakespeare with magic and moonlight and the wrong people falling in love. I mean, what does Puck say in the last speech from...
Not anymore. Hell, at my age, you can't take lunch for granted. I had a tuna fish sandwich. It was beautiful.
Well, Rose never takes anything for granted. She's never afraid to try something new.
You remember the time? Really cute little tennis instructor. So I told him I needed lessons. Well, he came over to the house and I was in the bathtub. So I asked him if he would mind sponging off my back. He said, sure. So I waited a little while before I made my move.
Oh,
And then...
this is disgusting. I mean, right up until the end.